welcome back to Be Free Naturally. If it's your first time here, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And in today's video, I will be discussing 7 reasons why your hair isn't growing. So stay tuned and keep on watching. So number 1, first reason why your hair may not be growing is stress. Now, I cannot stress this enough, but yes, stress. Stress can be a factor as to why your hair isn't growing. We all know that stress is responsible for a lot of things that go on in our body. It can affect our hormones. So try to keep lower stress levels. Either if it's at your job or just other personal things that you're going through. It can affect how our hair grows, our growth cycles. It can cause shedding, breakage in the hair, weaken our hair. So yeah, stress can be a factor as to why your hair isn't growing. Number 2, autoimmune disease. Now, this one is a major one. I know for me, because the doctor did try to diagnose me with an autoimmune disease, but I don't think it affected my hair. But I do know a lot of women that do have autoimmune diseases like PCOS, lupus, or there are various autoimmune diseases that can affect hair growth and also hair texture. So if you're experiencing like wiry hair or and wiry hairs, I know is a big one, especially for those with PCOS, or thinning of the hair, or you see that your hair's breaking off from the root. You may want to get some blood work done, some lab work done, just to see what they may find and whatnot. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, but I do think that we should always be checking in on that, just seeing where our levels are at, because you'll be surprised how we may be living with something we don't even know that we're living with it. 3, diet. Diet. Healthy hair starts from the inside out. So yes, increasing of water intake, making sure that you're eating foods that are nutritious and you're replenishing your body with good healthy vitamins that help with hair growth. If you want me to do a video on foods that aid in helping your hair grow, let me know, comment down below, and I'll give you some top foods that are known and that help with hair growth. But yes, your diet is a major factor in making sure that you're eating your leafy greens and fruits and veggies and all of that. Sugar can delay your hair growth. Yes, if you have a sweet tooth, and I know a lot of us have sweet tooth out there, cut that sugar out. Cut it out. Decrease your levels of sugar, because sugar can contribute to hair growth delayment. Number 4, not clarifying your scalp. And I know this is a big one, especially like in the natural hair community, with like the whole no poo thing and not shampooing and whatnot. I know for me, I could never subscribe to that. In my early natural years, I did co-wash for a period, but I did not find that to be effective for me, only because my scalp wasn't getting cleaned. Now our scalp, that's where all the nutrition is for our hair growth. So if that's not being cleaned, you're essentially just building up product on top of it, clogging up the hair follicles. So yes, there's nothing wrong with shampooing your hair. I shampoo my hair, and as you can see, I'm not lacking. You just have to make sure you follow up with a conditioner to replenish the moisture, and making sure you have a good hydration routine. You know, shampoo is meant to yes, it's going to be strict because it's removing the dirt and the debris. You know, you just have to make sure you're not doing it every day or limiting it to, you know, as needed. Because I know for me, my wash and goes do not come out well if my hair is not properly cleansed. Because how's the moisture gonna get in if there's all this buildup on my hair strands? So yes, not clarifying can delay your hair growth. Like I experienced that early on in my natural hair years, where I was doing this co-washing, and I found that I was shedding a lot more, my hair was breaking, and I just thought like, yo, what's going on? Like my scalp was dirty, because I was essentially just putting all that product on my hair, because I like wash and goes and, you know, doing little styles here and there. Make sure you do clarify your scalp. Contrary to popular belief, you're just following up with a good conditioner that's gonna put that moisture back in, that's all. And you don't have to shampoo every day. I believe I shampoo every 2 weeks. Sometimes it could be once a week too, depending on the products that I'm using on my hair. So number 5, dryness. Now this is a big one as well. If your hair is constantly dry, you are going to experience breakage. This is something I personally battle with, especially in the state that I live in, where it's a dry climate. It is super important for me to try to get that hydration and moisture back in. So yes, dryness can and this is, like I said, this is like personal experience. When I moved here about 4 years ago, I did see a difference coming from a climate where it was predominantly, it was humid. It was more humid. It's a humid climate. So coming out here where it's like dry all the time, my hair felt it my first year. Like the hair was breaking. It was like everything that I did, I had to change up my routine. You know, I couldn't go light like back where I was at, where I didn't really need a whole bunch of product to moisturize my hair because that moisture came naturally in there. It was humid all year round. So I noticed I did experience a lot more hair breakage when I didn't relocate here because of the dry climate. So I had to change up my routine. I had to up my deep conditioning. I had to up my steaming. I had to up all these different things just to make sure that moisture is getting back in. And yeah, my hair wound up growing back out fine. I had to cut my hair off again just because of the breakage was so bad. It was literally just snapping off. My husband, he has dreads, and even his dreads were breaking off because of how dry it was. If you see that there's a delay in your hair growth, make sure make sure that your hair is properly moisturized. And that can be various for everyone. I know for me, I make sure I moisturize about every 3 to 4 days being out here. All I'll do is I'll spray some water on my hair, and I'll put a little bit of like a sealant to keep that moisture in, just to keep my hair moisturized until it's until wash day. But yeah, making sure your hair is moisturized and hydrated and not dry is essential. Number 6, unhealthy ends. Yes, unhealthy ends. We have to get rid of those dead ends, those split ends. Making sure we keep up with our trims. Okay, so I know for me, when I went natural I've been natural for almost 10 years now, and yeah, I want to say like 8, 9 years. Okay, so when you grow your hair out and it's curly, you don't really see the split ends. It's interesting because, you know, coming from the relaxed life, you could see those split ends, and I would always get a trim every time I went to the hair salon. But going natural, I didn't do that. I didn't really go to the hair salon like that. I only went a couple times. My hair had grown out so nicely, but what I found was my wash and go started getting very tangly, and I noticed I had never trimmed. Like, I think I was maybe 4 or 5 years natural and never trimmed my hair. I know it sounds ridiculous. I never trimmed my hair, and yes, that was a big setback because I didn't trim, so I had a significant amount had to get cut off. So I would do it like, instead of cutting it all off at once, I would go like once every 3 weeks, and I'll have the beautician cut off my ends, just so it's not like a drastic difference. Make sure you keep make sure you're keeping those ends clipped, and that's as needed. I'm not gonna give you a time frame like and say, oh, every 8 weeks. Everyone's hair is different. I know for me now, I'm probably due for a trim because I see a couple split ends, but yes, make sure you're keeping up with your ends, because what's happening is, yes, your hair is growing out, but it's damaged at the bottom. It's breaking off, literally, because that hair is splitting and it's breaking off. And I would see it on the brush, I would see it on the comb. And yeah, that could keep your hair at the same length for a while. So you just want to make sure you're clipping your ends or dusting, whatever method that you choose, just to get rid of those damaged ends or unhealthy ends. Number 7, over manipulation. Yes, yes, yes. Now, being natural, like our hair, it's weird because it's strong, but it's fragile at the same time. I know for me, what works for me, I don't do a lot of hairstyles in my hair at all. Like I'm not the one to switch up every week doing a different hairstyle. I'm pretty simple when it comes to my hair. I don't like any tugging or any stress on my hair follicles, only because I find that before you know it, your edges are breaking off. It's breaking off at the root. You won't see length if you're constantly doing stuff to your hair, if you're constantly combing, you're constantly brushing. Your hair is not meant to do all of that. And you'll see it too in some of these girls' hair. I know I went through that. I went through a period where I was manipulating my hair too much, you know, but I noticed I retain more length when I'm not doing so much with my hair. I'm just leaving it alone. This is why I don't upload a whole lot of styles, because I don't really do styles. My styles are pretty basic. I like to do my wash and goes. And I know that's kind of a debate. Some feel like wash and goes are very manipulative on the hair. It's not for me. My hair thrives off wash and goes. I guess it just depends. I know for me, my hair, like I said, my hair thrives off of it. I find that it's more manipulation when I'm constantly braiding, doing braid outs and stuff. I don't really do braid outs like that. But yeah, I like my wash goes when I style, I'll do styles like this, or I'll put it in a low ponytail. I don't do too much pulling, too much tugging. I just wrap my scarf around to make sure my front is nice and neat. Maybe I'll do a video on that, on some ways you can style your hair without like the manipulation and the pulling and stuff, because I have my styles that I do and it's worked for me. I've seen significant hair growth with my hair. And I was able to retain most of my length. So yes, the manipulation, our hair is not, it's best to just keep it in a style and not mess with it so much if you want to see significant, if you want to retain more of your length, because the hair is growing. Like our hair grows, it may not all grow at the same rate, but all of our hair is growing. Now it's just all about preserving the length, preserving the end. So that's when hair care practices come in, and I think that's vital for retaining length. Number 8, water quality. Now this is something that I go into more detail on my blog post. I'll put it in the description below, and you can click on it. It'll give you it's more in-depth details on water quality and hard water and some solutions to combat that. I know for me, being in the area that I'm at, the hard water was extremely damaging to my hair. I've never seen the breakage that I experienced just based off the hard water. And I know hard water can vary depending on the area that you're living at. There's different levels of hardness. I definitely did experience breakage I didn't really retain much length because of the water quality. And I discovered, after doing a lot of research, I discovered it was hard water. That was the problem. And so I invested in a good filter. And ever since then, my hair has been doing great. My products have been working great, because hard water or water quality does affect how your products work. I'm going to repeat that again. Water quality affects how your products work. So sometimes people think that it's the product that's really not working or it's ineffective, but it's really not the product. The product could be fine, but due to the water quality, it can throw off the pH and because it's all chemistry. It's throwing off the chemicals that's being, the chemicals that's in the product. It throws all that off when you mix it with that hard water, or whatever the water quality, but hard water. And yeah, the hard water, it has calcium, magnesium, all these different things, chloramine, all these different things. So yeah, you may want to check the water quality of your area if you're finding that you're doing everything in your power. You're keeping up with your washes, you're clarifying, you know that no products are working in your hair. There's various things. So like I said, I go more in depth on my blog post, Afro State of Mind. I'll put it in the description box. Take a look at it. I found it to be very, very helpful. Not because I wrote it, just because I go into it in depth as far as where you live and what you can do. What are some good filters and whatnot. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you found these tips to be helpful, leave a comment down and below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope this helps someone. Like I said, this is just what I found for me based off personal experiences and just different stories I hear from different girls that I talk to that ask me about natural hair and what some of the stuff that they deal with and conversations I've had. So yeah, don't forget to like, share, comment, and until next time, bye.